But it's going to start down in the basement as no surprise to anyone. Penta immediately starting with a very heavy lineup with Rook and Doc. They did tease Capcan for a moment there on side, but he has switched it back up to the Bandit now instead. But he has not decided. They've got a couple of seconds left to decide and choose. And there it is, locked on through, and it will be Capcan, so they're bringing that out. It says 3 very heavy armor operators, and I like the way you think.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
When you're on this bomb site, it's notoriously static for the defending team. There is not a lot of movement.
It really needs to be for this bomb site.
Not a lot of space to move. There's not a lot of angles you can stay in and stay comfortable and safe once the attacking team come through. So why not just pick an immobilizer and have a lot of armor?
Yeah.
And sit there and wait for the fight to come.
Yes, of course the peaks are nice, but the 3 defense with the Doc and the Rook, you're all in close quarters, close proximity. I mean, Doc can pretty much get back up any teammate with a couple steps on this bomb site. You know, the players are very close together. There's a lot of openings.
10 seconds remaining.
It's a very great Doc-Rook combo. And like you said, very static, as we've seen, just even taking that tiny, tiny little peek to, oh, is there somebody on stairs? Should I check that now? That usually ends with 1 less defender.
All right, sides upstairs. They are doing a bunch of door reinforcements. He's cracking them down as he's still got a lot of trap doors to lock out. While the rest of his team is down, heads into the red container, which they haven't reinforced, interestingly enough, and then drops down the ladder to get inside. So he's still the man that hasn't picked up armor. He has to check that it's safe to do so, and will creep on over to the locker to get it up. Backs away in towards the B side. Notice now, the Penta defense is very much away from the A site and the locker. We saw this a couple of times over, and while they let the plant down, their retake was something of beauty.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
The attackers
see whether or not that happens again as they do start blowing open the lockers, dancing into flashbangs there as Sight takes one square in the face.
And honestly, if you can keep your players alive, allowing the attacking team to get in and take A, if you've got the right setup to retake, isn't the worst thing in the world. You know, again, it's one of those, you can catch them off guard with the, wow, this was just too easy to plant, and they're not set up correctly. Defenders walk in, take it, and it forces the attackers on a quick time limit to try and keep it.
So flashbangs coming in, trying to edge people out, as you mentioned before, and Unsi just trying to get these peeks forward and find someone looking his way here from Penta. As he cracks the door open, Side does rattle a couple of shots off on it, but not close enough to his head to really be an issue. Grenade's going to come in and clear out the barbed wire for him and let him edge into the room in just a moment. Punch through the gap at side, but gets tagged by Lackey from inside the B-bomb site instead. Back bit down to half health now. More shots rattling past him as he tries to edge around. Vapo gets the first kill on the stairs onto Rendier. Boomsy tries to back across, but doesn't quite place his crosshairs in the right place. Ready for it, and Lackey will take him down quickly and easily. KTO now looking to come in the same way, but Tornado Toby down from these stairs is watching for Vapo to come down that way. Pre-fire in through the smoke, Protex gets inside, he's now in the A site, but he is very, very low on health. Vapo finish off Side, Side tries to cross from the bomb site in towards A from B. Wilkie inside the bottom of the lockers is very low health. Tornado Toby pinned behind the back of these boxes. He's trying to stay prone and take out Vapo, but he doesn't need to peek around. He's scared of them coming up behind him from the ladder, but it's not going to happen as down in the far side, Tornado Toby peeks out, steps up too high, and will be finished off by Vapo as well. Wilkie now incredibly low, Protax low, KTO low, Pengo's going up the stairs and walks straight into Vapo, despite Vapo being low, gets the kill. Now Lackey's doing the same thing, and Lackey will down him, gets downed himself as he tries to go into the room, and Protax locks him out. And Penta's retake, after I just talked it up, was very flat.
But again, we saw that same thing. He steps out to the stairs, doesn't need to try and take that engagement, and inevitably loses it very quickly. And it was a great person to spectate and just kind of watch all those people just messing each other up from the same little spot.
So, on to defense now, Sisu go. Penta, that was their ace in the hole, shall we say. It's what we talked about before, is how we watched them win these games.
Right.
Was, all right, They
Attackers
let the
need to
plant go
locate
down,
and defuse
novel,
as many
but then
bombs
they
as they can.
swarm back in. You saw how open they made that A site. You saw how much coverage they had of all the different spots, and yeah, they took a lot of players of CC low, but they
Bomb
couldn't finish.
located by attackers.
Right.
But in other situations, when teams haven't been ready for that just wave of retake, they just crushed them because of the amount of vision they gave themselves on that retake.
Oh, absolutely.
Sisu were ready for it,
CC were very ready for it.
and Sisu did not let their guard down for a second. As soon as that plant went down, they still had guns trained all over the B site. Vapo on the stairs did absolute
Right,
monstrous amounts of
allowing
work.
Vapo to still be alive on the stairs inevitably locked in no chance for a retake.
The fact that Tornado Toby didn't kill him with all the peeking that Vapo did, to be fair, like tilted
Attackers
me,
recovered.
right?
Attackers are
You shouldn't
heading
be,
out to
like,
defuse
when
the
all
bomb.
your job is to sit there and watch the A door, you shouldn't need to be peeking in and out that aggressively like Vapo was, but he was just being allowed to get away with it so many times.
Right.
Vapo now upstairs, he's taking out a couple of drones and cracking open a couple of windows to scare out the attackers and maybe slow their approach to the building a little way, and it is sort of working. Not so many people spawning around by the
Over me. Reloading.
shooting range though. Tornado Toby now right up at the front of the building is going to drone on in. Vapo is above him on the window but will not see him at all. There's another drone. There's another punch on the basement window. The thermite charges do start to go off inside the single doorways. Sai watching the front windows that were already opened up earlier on. Tornado Toby's there too. A lot of the Sisu players are playing aggressively upstairs. Sai was just spotted by Wilkie, and it's an easy peek for him to get that quick headshot. Taking down Thatcher, but I mean, he's done his main job. The charges have already successfully gone off, but now with a player down, this is going to be tougher for Wilkie. Gets across the gap. It's Tornado Toby. Oh, what a shot! Wilkie.
Wow.
Standing up into the spray from Sledge. I thought it was suicide, but he gets a beautiful aim straight down into Tornado Toby's face. And just like that, Sisu now have a two-man advantage. He's going to leap out to single, ducks on in, he gets right behind Pengu. Pengu gets down and prone just in time,
Pengu
though.
does not care. He's ready for that. I thought that was going to be a beautiful flank.
It was, but just as he got around to dropping down in, there was one player that came up from the trench and saw him ducking in, giving enough time for Pengu to turn around and react. And what a
then
shot.
Blackbeard.
Yeah. Protex now inside B is just edging away from the edges. There starts to spray a couple of shots towards Pengu. Boonsi though at the bottom of the stairs. Get flashed out by that, and now they realize the camera's gone. He's still standing on that stairwell, covered from single and covered from the doorway.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Pengu's watching for him now. Outside the A door, we do have Rendia sitting there with Ash, looking to try and come in for maybe a plant. Pengu's still trying to find something. They know they're going to be watching this door somehow. It's Protex's job. In their rush goes, and well, Rendia sprints straight across the gap and actually gets away with it with his life intact. Lackey jumps outside. KTO Mistari jumps outside and killed off by Lackey. Pengu gets bouncy, he tries to rush into the site. Protex will take Rendia down after not planting. Lackey gets Vapo trying to jump out as well, and now Protex will spread through that same spot, but he doesn't do enough damage, and Pengu can easily just stand back up and finish him off. Very nice play from Penta. They knew that Sisu were going to be jumping out of most of those windows, and they left a very steady gun out there with Thermite.
Right.
Who made sure every shot he fired counted, killed the 3 people jumping out of those windows. And Rendier getting taken down did not matter.
Just such a tough defense on this map against a well-coordinated attacking team. We've seen so many other teams that just, they don't really have this map on lockdown, and typically it turns out end up kind of being like playing, except, you know, until it rotates to that next bomb site. We kind of just see both teams inevitably pick up the basement, win on defense. The attacking teams fall apart quickly, just not knowing where to push in from, not knowing when to come in together, just not having it down at all. And it ends up being pretty stagnant, relatively stale gameplay. But watching attacking teams hit this site together with the full coordination and a full exact idea of how they're going to push it is just awesome.
The also thing you need to note there from the two teams' defenses, while neither of them succeeded, they both went for the same theme. It is you give up a big portion of the site. In Penta's site, you give up A and lockers, and then you retake it from B and the ladder. In Cisu's site, it's basically give up the entire bottom floor and then just try and hold from above and jump out and retake from jumping out windows.
Right.
Neither work, but it's the same thing. As you mentioned, it's so hard to hold this basement against a well-coordinated, well-oiled team
Yeah.
that neither of them even tried. Their option is give it up and take it back afterwards.
Exactly, yeah. It's more about, I think, setting up A to be effectively retaken, and trying to get
Attackers have
the
dropped the
key
bomb
positions that are going to screw them on the retake, which would be like the stairs, letting anyone come in through ladder from red,
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
and just being able to have that option to rotate in and retake A because it's just too hard to defend once they've planted.
Brutex just getting to that reinforced wall after Pengu had finished
Yeah.
reinforcing it. It was a very late move, but he got it done. He also wasn't able to fire in through the top of the lockers just in time to kill Pengu off, so everyone does eventually get back to safety as far as the defending team goes. Just looking down to that hole above lockers, and once again everyone is holding it from a distance here for Penta. Rendier actually quite aggressive up the stairs this time. We'll see whether or not he can get that kill onto Vapo as he comes this way.
Drone activated.
Push starts to come in from Vapo up top. He is cracking on barbed wire and
Drone's
for
ready.
his move. Taking a drone down, see Rendier right there on the corner. Rendier now has to back away as he knows that push is about to come. Vapo readjusting and giving himself the best possible angle to make that push. I'd like to see him maybe try something down the ladder here. They know they've put people in here. At the very least, just wait until they get in the A site and then stab these Penta players in the back. Rendier going to step up. Pengu, ooh, Vapo just misses his head.
Does not need to do that.
Drone is ready.
Positioning around now inside the garage. Sai is down there, Pengu is down there. Sai Note, by the way, has gone off of his cap cannon back to his bandit this time, using that optional speed instead. That was still
Attackers
thinking
dropped
about
the
moving around. A
diffuser.
minute left on the clock, so he can come out and join his team to pick up the diffuser. Now his move,
Tango's in sight.
goes without saying,
Attackers
smoke
will
across
cover
the
the
deck.
deck.
Red Hawk
Laying down
actually
some smoke.
selected in the end, is going to give it to Wilkie instead. Inside the A site, Wilkie is now beginning his plant, but Protex takes down Pengu, and that's going to be a help, but he's inside the smoke, and Wilkie will go down. Smoke pre-placed in the corner was very well thought out by Tornado Toby. Rendier taking down Protex though, and they are starting to whittle away this attack as the rest of the players from Sisu are actually locked outside the building. You can see in the doorway, he's looking for Tornado Toby, he throws his smoke grenade in again. Across the block, Sai now over the far side, they do get Tornado Toby down. Now he's going to look across and pin Sai in this corner as KTO finishes off Lackey inside the B side. KTO also getting Tornado Toby now.
10 seconds to
Bootsy
go.
stuck in the barbed wire, he's got to watch the door as Sai is inside B, and Rendier is going to rush him down. Looks away just at the right moment, picks up the diffuser, and he has to go for it. Sai though, with an easy shot from lockers, gives Penta the round and the retake, and we do finally see a defense win on the basement of Hereford.
And that's it, like you said, just set up and ready for the retake, got the key positions they needed to keep from the attacking team, and had no problem doing it, winning that defense round.
2 rounds to 1 then in favor of Penta, and now they're on to attack. Sisu switching up their defense location even without successfully holding the basement. They're going for that upper floor, the TV room and the kitchen. Still a very horizontal bomb site, both bombs on the same floor, but can be played and probably will be played in a very vertical fashion, with players on that floor above firing down through floors and trapdoors.
If ever to see full vertical play on this bomb site, which we have yet to see from a lot of the teams, these are the teams that are going to do it for sure.
There was a couple of moments they looked a little bit hairy in that basement. They're giving up the bottom of the B site and Tornado Toby being rushed down, but Sai with a good retake, not peeking out into that Blackbeard after he missed his initial shot, surviving, getting back inside the B site, allowed a good rotate through, and avenging Tornado Toby while they were reloading helps him single out that Blackbeard.
Razor wire ready.
10 seconds to go.
Couple of shotgun holes being made between sites again by
5
KTO,
seconds
lining
left
the
before
doorway
it's
here from a site. And also vault through it should needs be.
Attackers
Reinforce the
recover
back
the
side so it can be fired in
Attackers
through
must locate
or
and
out of
defuse
from
the bomb.
these garage
Attackers
walls.
drop the diffuser.
And upstairs, Wilkie, the lone man, making a couple of vault holes of his own. And of course has a few cameras to throw. Right there's those trapdoors, that vertical play we talked about. He's got Vapo up here now with trapdoors. Pengu though is already up on the windows and does take him very, very low as he tries to rotate between the rooms. Now Wilkie's in trouble. He's stuck in a tiny corner with nowhere to go. Vapo's also stuck in that room.
Look out. It's
He
live.
shoots up, looks at the camera, then goes straight back to Wilkie as he knows he's going to think about moving when he hears that camera get shot. Positioning away now. Has to
Drone spreading open.
repel, cracks another window. Wilkie aware of that being where he is. And this is your chance to move, Wilkie. These shots going off, you're going to know are
Drone deployed.
coming from a different angle, coming from a different spot, and you should be able to run away because of it. Drone comes in, checks the bathroom.
Bomb located by
Now realizing
attackers.
that's not where he is. Actually goes straight past Wilkie. Now he sees that Wilkie has moved. He heads back to his previous spot. Starts to spread through the other side, and Wilkie this time had given himself up. And does get down. KTU coming out the front door. They will down the Pengu, and they can still revive Wilkie. So much put into taking Pengu out, but nothing into into taking Wilkie out, but nothing protecting Pengu.
Yep.
Actually, now end up losing their Blackbeard for nothing in return. Rendia then is on the floor above now, looking to make his way down, but Vapo and Wookie are both now there and alive. Protex gets a good kill onto Tornado Toby as well. That sledge trying to push in elsewhere has been finished off. Vapo now at the end of the bedroom is going to peek out just as Rendia looks away. It's another good kill, and at the same time, KTO took down Lackey. Now Sai, it's all that's left standing, and the only thing to keep this in and away from a 2-2 scoreline. Some teams I'd give him the benefit of the doubt, but against a full 5-man Sisu squad, this is done. This is a 2-2 scoreline now. Sisu will successfully hold this bomb site, which is it's good for the scoreline, but it does mean they cannot use it again now and will be forced either back into the basement or potentially, and I think more likely, into the split site.
Attackers neutralized.
For their next defense. We'll see, however, now that Penta have held the basement, they are forced to go somewhere else, so where are they going to go? We're going to see the same two selections here from you, or are you going to go split? Note how the Sisu hold, again, came from not really holding the bomb sites themselves, but
Right,
those two
it's just
players up
holding
above.
the entry points. It's holding where they want to come in because it's such a small site anyway. I mean, there's no reason that they need to. There's so many, they know the most likely, or the favorite spots for attackers to come in and take that bomb site. So if you can just defend those instead, it's done deal. And that was a just decimated, absolutely decimated Penta there.
The other thing we need to note, and we haven't really talked about here yet, is that we talked about it on Bank earlier with G-Bots and
They are doing the
P-Ducks.
split.
But while we talk about how like Pulse is really good now as Pulse.
I'm sorry, what? They're doing the top floor. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. Pulse can wait. What?
They're taking the top floor.
I saw Wookie picking glass, I'll touch on that in a minute, because when they're on the TV room kitchen, he can sit out by those tires and he can just spray into the side, and it's a complete control over A and B.
Yep.
Then they switched to the split bomb, so I was okay, that makes it a bit tougher, okay, fine. And then they went top,
To the top floor.
and they know they're against Wilkie,
Yeah,
and they know that they were forced out of the basement, and they
10
weren't
seconds
ready
to
for the
go.
glass.
I'm lost. I don't know.
All right,
I'm
5
very
seconds
curious to see
to
how they're
go.
going to play this.
we'll follow him and see what he does with it. Right now, everyone from Penta is still on the top floor.
Attackers have recovered
No
their
one coming
diffuser.
downstairs. Wilkie,
Attackers
right,
must
he's up
locate
here on
and
the back
defuse
side.
bomb.
I
Attackers
want to talk
drop the
quickly about
diffuser.
Pulse while he comes up.
Yep.
Yes, he's really, really good now, and he will be played a lot in the same places that Pulse was played in the past.
Yep.
But not surprised to not see him here, because he was never really a big factor on this map. And yes, the changes to him bring anything
Oh my
through
god.
this map on his own. Now he sees him, and he still can't. There we go. Finally lands the shot onto the backside of Jaeger.
Too excited about it.
He gets Doc revived and runs out of ammo. Oh, Wilkie could have done so much.
Wilkie almost accidentally shot him in the face and then whiffed the easy shots. He didn't
Yeah.
even move.
Once he'd opened the door up, he just whiffed them, because the silencer on this glass rifle makes it really hard to actually figure out you're being shot at.
Yeah.
And on a one armor Jaeger, that bullet finally landed and puts him down in one. Yeah, I think that's kind of going to be the only opportunity you've had to make this work.
Yeah. I do not think there's going to be anybody else at those windows.
Other windows open to the
Attackers
side
have
on.
located a bomb.
You can watch the silhouettes, but he's got no idea, so let's get someone a bit closer to the action. Bootsy's on the roof and has been tagged already. Vapo hanging on one window, Protex watching the other side to him. Looks like we're going to push in towards the site. And wall is, yeah, that is penetrable. You obviously can't see him though. Tornado Toby taken out by Boonsy in the back side of this small B room. Front leg. Thermite wall open, a couple of barbed wires being taken out by Vapo. Still hanging on upside down.
Time to make a new door.
So at the A side, tucked away in a corner, is one very claustrophobic rook right now.
A bomb has been located.
Oh, in fact, it's a very low health Lackey actually. Pengu watching the front side is just hearing shots rattling off that reinforced wall from his right hand side. Drone comes in and is immediately killed off by Lackey. Trying to fire out, does tag K2 in the side of the head, but that gives his position right to Boonsey, and it's a free shot for him. Shield is happy all day long, and the same thing's going to happen there. Comes around the corner, it's an easy shot onto Jaeger. Blackbeard having a field day right now. Vapo gets in and actually knifes Lackey down. Sai, the only man standing, finally kills off Wilkie by jumping out the window while everyone else jumps in. But
he's out.
You're
He's
on the
going to
wrong
a different
floor.
map. Yep.
Towards the basement. He's got to come upstairs against 4 Sisu players, including a Blackbeard.
Attackers are
And they
active
know
with
he has to
bomb
come up the
diffuser.
stairs. Vapo is going to be his first gatekeeper, and he looks away from him. Easy kill for Vapo.
Defenders have been
Sisu
eliminated.
successfully taking attack round on number 5, and well, they take the lead with that too now at 3 rounds to 5. I can't see what Penta had in mind there.
No, it is the worst bomb site.
Yeah, but
There
this
is
Penta.
no-
This is their map. Everyone knew they were going to pick this map.
I
It's their
just
map.
don't understand. There's not, that bomb site is just not good. There is no, you have to play inside of it. You can't do what he just did. You can't jump out the window and rotate because, like you said, you have to come back up the stairs. There's no other way to return to that bomb site. There's no way to roam through. There's nowhere to shoot them from anywhere else. They have absolutely nothing to worry about once they've cleared that floor. It's the worst bomb site. They tried it, I guess, but I just can't see it. I would
Need to locate and
a million
defuse as
times
many
over
bombs
take
as
the
they
other
can.
ones.
All right, Sisu now back down into the basement after, as we said, winning upstairs and now being forced to go.
Right. It was a great defense on the kitchen TV room, by the way. I mean,
A really nice hold. And I would have liked to see them go for the split bomb site, to be fair, with a similar kind of play style.
right, they wouldn't have to change it up too much with that.
But hey, now
Attackers
we'll
have
watch and
discovered
learn
the
as
location of a
they're
bomb.
giving it another shot upstairs. Last time they tried to play with nearly 4 people on this upper
10
floor,
seconds to go.
and just got cut to pieces when they tried to
5
do their
seconds remaining.
leaping out the windows, full Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed kind of plays.
Right.
And,
Attackers
well,
recovered the bomb diffuser.
Lost out
Attackers
because
are
of that.
moving to defuse a bomb.
now they're sending Wilkie right up to the top floor once again. He's just cracking open a couple of windows and scaring the attackers. Actually going to peek up towards the top of this
Razor wire is
shooting
up.
range ramp. Looking on over at the different paths in. Maybe someone was a bit late, maybe someone was still droning, and he's going to catch him out behind schedule. He's just down there over the edge, and he will not be spotted unless he goes up the stairs. Are you ready for him, Wilkie? Do you know something we don't? No. Pengu not going up there, but he is staying on the upper floor.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers have recovered the
Downstairs, diffuse charges are going off, as that was an adjustment that Penta had made. Helps them clean out the entirety of the locker area before they actually try and breach their way in. And now we'll see Rendia cracking it open, taking out the battery for Lackey to blow open this wall, as Wilkie now makes himself aware and takes down Tornado Toby, leaping out on the front edge. Taking down that fuse before he gets his second charge off. Now comes down to join Vapo on the floor below. Gets down a bit further again too, and Pengu watching the front edge. They're now cautious of another peek out front here from Wilkie, but Vapo is there cracking windows open again just to keep that fear factor going.
It's working so far. I'm very worried about it.
Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Down EMP might go through the hole, but blow up straight outside. Inside goes Blackbeard. Pengu right inside the lockers again now. Tiny through the gap to be. KT Mystari and Protex are teasing it.
Attackers
Won't
recovered
peek
the
around
bomb
there
diffuser.
yet. Shots rattle over his shoulder from Ash. Protex stands up, gets tagged in the chest but survives it. Pengu takes no damage because lol Blackbeard. Upstairs has still got Vapo comfortably sitting there. Wilkie up there as well. They're looking to try and pressure into A, but there we go. Another down player. It is Vapo now. As this time around, Thatcher was ready for him. Protex is thinking of peeking out around the edge, but Pengu just not quite got the patience for it this time. Vapo backs away and will be safe this time, and will get revived, I imagine, by Wilkie in a moment. Smoke grenades are coming in. Rendia sprints across and gets up onto the back corner of the room. Plant is going down. Wilkie is taken down very, very low by Thermites. He's trying to reach outside. Now he's dead before he can revive Vapo. Boonsey looking to come down through the doorway. Just Pengu looks away. Looks for Protex is dead, and we'll get that down. Plant's going off. Boonsey sprint across the doorway. KT Mystari is now there. Boonsey coming in towards the lockers. Takes down Sai. Looking out to flank onto Pengu. Pengu's ready for it. Tags him up but can't kill him. Him and Thatcher, Thermite rather, still alive. Boonsey peeks out and sealed off by Pengu. But KT Mystari comes down and aggressively rushes onto that Blackbeard. Not going to matter. Lackey comes into lockers, and the entire wall there being open on the A site means Lackey can shut him down as he tries to rotate back into safety into the diffuser. Got a little bit closer this time, Sisu.
Yep.
I'm not entirely sure what happened to Vapo being down and Wilkie not being able to revive him. I feel maybe if he had the 2 extra players
Would have made a big
outside,
difference,
would have been a huge difference. Instead, Wilkie went on his own and was an easy kill for that Thermite to deal with.
Ultimately, I think it was that Smoke's smoke grenade that kind of gave Penta the perfect opportunity to start making their push. They had already gotten rid of the barbed wire that was in the way, so Ash could make that quick run inside. And the second that smoke went up, either Smoke would have to give up that stairs position, which is a really good cross, or their other teammate would have to run through the smoke and get hurt. So it pretty much guaranteed them A, line of sight cover, and B, the ability to just run in and kind of have that distraction. I'm not quite sure why he put the smoke there in that doorway. It didn't seem, maybe he thought he heard somebody already inside, but it gave them the perfect opportunity to start the push. And then, like you said, once they had that side wall totally open and the sight line in, just easy.
So Penta back to a more standardized bomb site now here with the TV room and the kitchen for themselves. We are at that 3-3 scoreline.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, Reindeer and Sire heading to the floors above and prepping for a
5
defense
seconds
up
to go.
there.
Ready to go.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Peng
Attackers
staying
drop
down.
the bomb diffuser.
And upstairs, Tornado Toby's gone. He's now running the cap can instead of Sai paying that man. Sai to crack open the window here towards the west hand spawn. Reindeer still being very, very mobile. The hole down through to the load. Got it. Should they blow it open?
Crown up.
He's there. If someone comes up to that window, that first punch will open it. Might surprise them, and Sai will be ready and waiting, but he's now moved away. Tornado Toby is right here next to this window that Wilkie has just shot open. So now prone underneath it in case Wilkie comes a little bit too close, but it's not going to happen anytime soon as Wilkie backs away to actually go on his drone. Toby heads out.
Bomb located by attackers.
Tucked away for now. Reindeer still making a couple of holes down through different floors and underneath trapdoors, giving some angles down to that room underneath for if and when that gets blown open. Close to Toby though. Sai is still looking up towards this window, which has got no one on it. Shoots it a little bit more open and just make sure it will crack. He's cracking the window open now right next to Tornado Toby. Again, he's pruned underneath it. The grenade's coming in. Will blow off close to Toby, but not enough to down him. He's still edging his way in. He's got to repel to come in through that window, so Wilkie is going to get heard by Toby.
Just, yeah, he's going for the close cook. There it is.
That one's downed
That's
him.
the one he wanted.
He heard the
He
yell,
knows
I
it.
believe, as well.
Yeah.
Up he goes. He goes a bit too
Oh,
far.
maybe
This
he
might
did
give a
get the
Tornado a
bomb.
chance to cruel away, or at least someone else to come in and help avenge him.
He may have
and there it
actually
is.
not
The
heard it,
grenade
no,
allowed
yeah.
him to get docked underneath. Wilkie now comes to the hole, though, and Tornado...
Doesn't matter.
Why would you re-peek it?
That's, yeah.
Like, you know he's going to be expecting you to be down, or he's going to be looking for you or something.
Right, he may have thought,
You're lucky to have been revived.
yeah, he
Especially as you heard him repel.
He may have thought that Wilkie would have been carelessly going for the kill, thinking he knew he was down for sure.
Planting in the B site now. Protect's got in with the diffuser, and there's nothing that Penta can do about it. He's now in this corner. There's holes above him because Sai is trying to fire down into the predictable spots. But Pengu kills Bouncy as KTO takes down Rendier. Now Sai is going huge. He's left outside and taking down 2. Protect will finish off his killing spree. Pengu has been down and now revived by Lackey, so it's 2v2. KTO and Protex versus Pengu and Lackey. Pengu coming to the doorway, and it's a beautiful shot to take
Wow.
down the first defender.
Great feed.
But then Lackey's being picked off from a distance by KTO. KTO doesn't have much health, peeks out, and Lackey gets a good shot onto his chest. Pengu can survive with the defuse going off in the backside of B site, and Penta will be back in the lead, 4 rounds to 3.
Defenders disabled the diffuser. Defender mission successful.
It's a scary retake, but unbelievable shots from both of them on those remaining 2 players.
Very nice flick shot. Pengu knowing to check in that back corner and was very, very ready for it. Got a fantastic first shot there off onto the side, tucked away with his thermite gun. Alright, TV room and kitchen again for Sisu. They did it once before. got to do it again. And as we mentioned last time, they did it by holding the floor above and using those double aromas, and Penta did not really know how to deal with it. At the very least, when they did try and deal with it, they all
Defenders,
died.
protect your bombs from being defused.
Are they going
by
to do it
attackers.
better this time? Because that's all it's going to take. One more round here, and Penta will secure the map. And as we talked about before, this game being so important, if they draw, then their entire fate hangs in the balance of Flamers.
Right. I mean,
Flamers become the gatekeepers of Pro League
yes.
playoffs.
They're
However,
totally in the reliance of Flamers being able to pick up a round against Seacork, which
if they draw, that is it. So
if they draw,
if Penta
right.
win one here, Penta win this round, they win this map, they are sitting happily with that lead, knowing that they go into the second map, and okay, they need to win that too as best as possible, but if they don't, they still have that fallback of the Flamer gatekeepers.
right.
Sisu, on the other hand, know that they are forced to win the second map.
Right, they
with
need
all
a
the pressure
full
on their
sweep.
shoulders,
Recovered their diffuser.
and then
Attackers
Flamers
are
are the
moving out to
gatekeepers.
locate a bomb and defuse it. Attackers have dropped a bomb.
And as we already talked about, if they draw here and Flamers even get that one map, it still becomes Penta going through.
Yep.
Because Penta already have the win round
Yeah.
advantage.
Sisu's
over
all or nothing
Sisu.
on this. They need both wins, and that's it. It's just nothing else for them.
Activating.
This round needs to go to overtime for Sisu. It's right on board with them. Wilkie here on the middle floor. Vapo is up and above. There's a couple of windows being broken up around him, keeping him on his toes as well. Rendier's right up on the roof. Wilkie's got a couple of holes down to underneath him. It's these two players that did all the work last time around.
Drone ready to be deployed. Drone activated. Deploying drone.
He's just waiting for players or drones to come his way. Side drone is going straight underneath Wilkie. He tries to shoot it out with the shotgun, but it's not even close. Drone comes in. Didn't actually see Vapo, I don't think. He didn't survive for that reason. He's now burning down the stairs, and Vapo thinks he's in a safe spot now without being seen.
Here we go. Stay back.
Really make the most of this. Downstairs, Wilkie is still looking down through the floor. Protax is inside the A site, and they are
Bomb
pressuring in
located
through
by
the red
attackers.
container. Lackey droning in. Red's killed off as Tornado Toby's coming up from below. Vapo finally makes himself known. He takes down the Ash. He gets Rendier on the floor above. Tornado Toby coming up from the stairs below, and Boonsey is the first point of call for him, but he's not going to see him as he gets up and gets inside A to take down Protax. Boonsey took his eyes off the stairwell, and that gives up the A site. Boonsey now has to watch him from lockers because it is Lackey that's going to come that way as Thermite with the diffuser. Tornado Toby's also killed Wilkie as he tries to rotate from the trapdoor above. Plant's going down inside A. Penta have got to win this round to seal it. Sisu need to turn this around. They've got 3 players to do it. It's 3v3. KTO gets 1 but gets down. Tornado finishes him off. He's on 3 kills this round. In the back corner, he'll be finally finished off by Vapo. Boonsey spraying to the back corner. The last 2 are inside Garage, and Boonsey gets 1. It's all on Pengu, and he's got the Blackbeard shield to help him with it. 2v1. He's looking for Boonsey coming in through the connecting corridor. Boonsey's still got Vapo upstairs. He's in piano. The plant did get stopped, and Pengu's got to get inside to continue it.
Attackers
Up and
recovered
above
the bomb diffuser.
Vapo is looking down through the hole in the floor. He'll have just seen Pengu's feet. He's got an idea of where it is he's going. Vapo is moving forward.
him through the
Boonsey's going to
ceiling.
hear the plant. It's a fake. Pengu pulls off and looks up. Looks towards dining room, which he knows Boonsey to be in. Vapo is still above these holes in the floor. He's now right underneath the trap door. He's already lost 1 teammate here. Vapo is going to hurt it again. He's looking towards. He's going to try and bait him through. Pengu is looking up through the trap door again. Boonsey's gone to the stairwell now. He's running lower and lower on time. 10 seconds on the clock. It takes 7 to plant, and Boonsey will get the kill. Peeking inside. We're going to get an overtime, and Sisu is still alive.
Man, that was a lot of faking back and forth.
I would love to see Pengu's hands right now. That boy
He's gotta
is
be 2 inches from the monitor and sweating.
sweating
after that one.
profusely. His mouse mat is going to need full replacement, if not
Yeah.
anything else after this. Dripping wet as we head to overtime.
Yeah, that thing's done. Just burn it.
I'm going to go ahead, and I know it's only 3 rounds, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to see that basement at all again for the rest of this map.
No, I don't think so.
Because both these teams showing proficiency at attacking it, and neither of their defense strategies have been able to work here at all.
No, it's we've said it time and time again. Attacking is the higher skill gap in this game. You know, there's just a finite amount of ways that you can defend when attacking has so many strong utilities, flashbangs, smokes, frags, breaching charges. Just and it when you get these coordinated teams, there's just no way to lock down that basement. It's so hard.
Sisu onto defense again. They just successfully won this very bomb site in that 2v1 with Bunsi Vapo against Pengu. They were 3v4 at one point in that round. They turned it around for that 2v1 and then took the round. That forced us to overtime, and now they're giving it another shot.
5 seconds to insertion.
And they do the same thing again. The big deal that came from winning that last round there was Vapo being alive on that top floor and taking down Ash and being alive. They didn't drone it properly. He caught him by surprise, and he made them pay the price for it. Will he be allowed to do that again? I very much doubt it.
As do I.
Time to make it to the door. Drone ready to be deployed.
So thermocharges already going off. This time they're going to push in through dining room. Bunsi did tear them apart from there last time over. Now they're going to make sure they clear it properly. Right from a distance, Pengu will take down Vapo. This time around, that top floor player is being neutralized. And they've taken down Protect. Tornado Toby getting another kill. He did 3 in the last round before being shut down. Now he started again with his first one.
Drone just freaked out.
Tornado
Attackers have
journeying
located
his
a
way up
bomb.
a little bit more.
Contact. First floor.
See, inside Piano, he tucked in that corner, he's being burned down. Now Pengu is trying to find him. He does get a sprint across as Pengu unscopes himself away. C4 tries to throw it on the window, but Pengu gets away. But inside the dining room, he's being pushed. Tornado Toby is there. He flicks around. Neither of them can land the killing blow. Switcher, his next weapon comes up again. He gets Tornado down, but can he get lucky? He gets 2. Bunsi goes big as Wilkie is taking down Sai, and once again, Sisu have turned the odds back in their favor, and it is all on Pengu. K2 Ristori took down Rendier, and suddenly it's Pengu against 3 again. He was against 2 last time, but now he's got to do even more work. And he didn't even succeed in the last round. Bunsi is incredibly low. Pengu does have full health borderline this time. Leaps in towards the B-bomb site. Doesn't have the diffuser either. Bunsi's in Piano, and he's the only one whose position is known.
Oh.
KTO makes
Hello.
him punished for it. Coming in from Garage, taking down Pengu. Sisu with that first defense round, get the lead here in overtime.
And that is why it's important to make that little rotation hole, which we've seen a lot of teams for some reason neglect.
To be fair, no, the first time Sisu, I believe it was, defended that side, they actually reinforced that rotation hole.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to get shot from them breaching Garage and then breaching that wall and firing into the B site.
Right.
This time, switching it up a little bit, actually allowing it to stay open and making it a cruel hole themselves.
Right. I don't mind seeing 1 or 2 reinforcements in between them. Just like you said, it just reduces the amount of crossfire, especially if you're going to play somebody inside that bomb site. But having that rotation, you need it. Otherwise, you're choked to just the hallway or the outside windows, neither of which you're going to make a push with once the attacking team sets up.
All right, Penta proving me wrong and going down into the basement for their first and only defense round here in overtime. Not the biggest surprise, though, to be fair, especially after they lost that round. I thought they had it in the bag, but they threw it away, and, well, go with what you know here.
I'm sorry, I can't remember now, but they were the ones who did pick up the defense.
They are the only team that successfully defended this basement, yes. But it was a one very close round.
Right.
That could have gone either way. And to be fair, the 2 rounds just now that they've just thrown an advantage straight back out the window to give Sisu both overtime and the first overtime round.
Right.
Does not bode
5
well
seconds to go.
for holding this room again.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
So Rendier upstairs a little way does start the barbed wire and then made his way down to the stairs. He was taken out by Vapo from that position a couple of times over. Sai has now switched it up from Bandit and Capcan to Frost to play inside A. And Tornado Toby has taken the Capcan and is now currently running around inside the red containing garage, trying to place out a couple of last-minute traps. Drops back down inside now as we do start seeing attacks coming through from Vapo at the front of the building, just rattling off a couple of rounds at the stairs and getting inside to Piano safely, very quickly cleaning this floor. I think it's safe to say Sisu are comfortable to believe and trust the fact that this floor's clear, which would be right. But of course, at this level with this much on the line, you've got to be very, very cautious about it.
Wrecked teammates drone. That breaching shot.
Did it?
Yeah. Decimating.
So down the stairs he goes. He sees Rendier exactly where he expects to find him, but now the next trophy system might just stop that. Cracks the window open to the other side. Sees a kill holding garage, and that's going to make him a bit more cautious about it. Meanwhile, outside, they've already opened up the single hole, and Boonsy is trying to find a way in. Repeatedly now, this has been the Penta attack. Sorry, the Sisu attack has been send Boonsy to the different angles and see if you can find someone stepping out of position before you do anything more. It hasn't worked. Penta have always been hidden from it. They've never let him get a kill. And then regularly, in fact, Lackey has actually taken Boonsy down doing exactly this.
Yeah.
But this time he's just covering the plant for Thermite. All will now get blown open. Lackey's still watching that doorway, so they know not to push it. Vapo does get Rendier again. That's the third time in a row he's done that to Rendier on the stairs. Can he now do the damage he did from before? Boonsy is checking inside the A site. They've got a drone in there too to tell him it's as clear as possible. He's watching Sai across the gap, and Lackey, there it is. The shots are rattling into Boonsy's feet. Smokes on the stairs, covering Sai's cross. He wants to find Lackey, and he gets the kill this time. That's huge. That gives him inside the site, but Tornado Toby does take down Protex as he's the man of the diffuser. Tornado is pinned behind the back box though as Vapo steps out. Tornado, if he stands up, he's looking straight at Boonsy. He's going to begin the plant. Tornado looking for no kind of movement. He can't stand up because he knows Vapo's looking at him. Boonsy's going to begin the plant. Sai has now got his pistol in hand and he's looking in towards lockers. Over to the other side. Tornado can't get it. Boonsy's tagged very, very low by those pistol shots, but he's still alive. Pengu trying to come across the gap, looking into lockers, being tagged off from a very long distance away by Wilkie. Vapo prone, he's locking them in. Sai's going to go for the gap, get tagged in the backside. Does get Vapo down though. Boonsy's been downed outside, so it is only 2 players left up. Tornado finishes off the kill, comes out into KTO. Mistari still alive, comes around the corner while KTO's reloading, can't get him. Wilkie will finish off Sai, and there it is. KTO takes down Toby, and the first map goes over to Sisu.
I was starting to feel the retake by Penta there.
When KTO didn't kill Tornado there,
I thought that
he
was going
dead.
to be the brutal mistake.
But
I thought that was going to be the one. He was going to
Toby
kill him.
didn't go far enough around the corner, he didn't get KTO in return, and gives him the chance to get his L85 out.
Right. I don't think he even understood why he was still alive. I don't think he had a fault. He's like, well, why am I alive? I'm just going to give it to him. I'll step back out and fulfill what should have, I'm sure, been a headshot. And there it is.
Sisu's dream still alive. 6 rounds to 4. We talked about it before and how Sisu have got a grudge. They've got payback to go with here. Penta not only beat them out last league season, they beat them out in the final to take the victory for last season's playoffs. And now...
But this is, if any team were to go up a round, I almost wanted it to be Sisu just because it still keeps all the pressure on. There's still that chance that Penta can go. They're not totally out. You know, if Penta just picked up this round, Sisu's done.
So that's where we're at now. So here's where we stand. Right now, unless the admins correct me, and everything I've got on my screen says Seacorg and Flamers are still playing map number 1, so there's no score to come from there. As far as this game goes now, Penta win this map and Borsa draw. They are still above Sisu in the standings. There will be 12 points each, but Penta will have the win-loss ratio on rounds to be in the lead.
Exactly.
Then it comes down to the Seacorg Flamers result. But if Sisu win this second map, they win Border.
Done and dusted.
Done and dusted. And Sisu are our number 2 team here from Europe.
Yeah, which would be a big fall for Penta to go from the grand finalists of last season to 3rd place. Third, maybe even 4th?
Maybe even 4th.
Yeah, maybe even 4th place.
If Seacorg do win, then they will take 3rd place, and Penta will go 4th. So yeah, that's a minor thing, but either way, it's a big fall down for Penta.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I've caught my breath back yet.
It's close.
Next map, it's going to be Border. Sisu are beginning it on attack, same as they just did there on Hereford base. Penta now choosing Border. And this is the other thing to note. Everyone, and I saw it in chat, everyone, as soon as the pick ban started, went, Penta are going to pick Hereford, Penta are going to pick Hereford.
Yeah.
Yes, we got the Hereford, but it was Sisu's choice.
Yeah, and they won on it.
They said, all right, Penta, we know you love this map. We know this is your map, and we've been training and ready for this. We're going to take it. And they do, just about, but they do win it. Penta, though, however, say, all right, you did that. You had the balls to do that. Well, here's what we've been training. We've got Border. This is our ace in the hole now. It's no longer Hereford. This is our map.
Yeah, so, and Border's going to be a rough one, because that's a big gamble, too. To be Sisu and know you're going to play against Penta, they obviously practice the crap out of Hereford. So for them to have also still had the time to put in Border of all maps to gamble, is Penta going to take Border, or are they going to go with another well-known map of their own?
There are 11 maps to choose from.
Yeah.
You can't practice them all.
So if they put all that time into Hereford, which they clearly did, obviously, to beat Penta on it, which we just didn't think we'd see happen, and then of all the maps to have also dumped a ton of time into Border, and knowing that Penta clearly did, for them to bust it out against Sisu with all of the revere they've given Sisu, you know what I mean? It's going to be a tough game.
It's going to be big. let's get into it then. Border, Sisu versus Penta, map number 2. It all ends now. Let's get this game underway. It's our brand new map for Season 2, and I feel kind of apt that it's going to end the European PC
it's
Season
very
2
fitting,
as well. Yeah.
Some bittersweet something. I forgot the word.
Symphony.
Somebody will say. Now there's a phrase.
Bittersweet irony?
I don't know. It's not really ironic.
It's not ironic, but that's the phrase. Bittersweet irony is
I
the
don't know.
phrase.
Chat help. In 4 minutes, I'm waiting for it.
So, here we go. Armory, Lockers, and Archives is the selection for Penta. As they do head into the top floor of Border, which, to be completely honest, is not a surprise, I think, to anyone. It's the bomb site everyone goes to when you're playing ranked, when you're playing casual. It's the nicer one. It is the most obvious one to defend. The question comes is, where do they go second? Because that one is still a hot topic for debate for a lot of different teams now.
I mean, to be fair, honestly, all of them are a hot topic for debate. I'm really excited to see what Penta does with this.
Yeah. As for the attacking team, Sisu are bringing the same operators they brought to Hereford, which again isn't the biggest of surprises. Look at the similarities in these two maps. They are some of the most destructible maps in the game. This is the most destructible map in the game.
Yes.
At the moment of release.
Right.
Hereford base beforehand, I don't take this for fact, but I believe it probably was the most destructible before Border.
Especially that awful third floor that Penta decided to bust out.
Exactly.
That's
So
basically
much
mini
wood.
Border.
Yeah.
The third floor there is just plywood. The whole thing's particle board.
All particle board, it's all plywood, it's all destructible, and yeah.
It's
So
like
as a
they ran out
result-
of funding building the map and just built it with leftover IKEA furniture.
As a result, bringing Sledge and Buck to the table, this map is also going to
10
get
seconds left
completely
before
cut to pieces.
Yes.
So, here is the Penta defense. We've got reinforces on the side of the lockers. Sorry, on the side of this office. We've got a trapdoor open below for a quick rotating flank underneath. We've got a trapdoor open in B for the same reasons. No surprises, we've got reinforces here on the thermite walls to A. And we've got one reinforce here into the small office area with a trapdoor reinforced to allow a nice safe spot to defend the plant from inside that site.
The biggest thing here, I think, is where are they going to open up for all these kill holes? Like, what I'm
Still
waiting to
opening
see
some up
with
here at
how
Goat.
squishy this map is that, Goat's being opened wide up on one side and reinforced on the other, which is cool. I don't think we've really seen that yet.
We've seen it tried, but we've also seen it not tried. It's one of those things that's
Right.
the map is so much in flux that some teams do, some teams don't, some teams do one round and then not the next.
Yeah.
So we'll see how consistent Penta are with these reinforces should they need to do this bomb site again.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So Toby has been spotted out in this back corner, which again is not a surprise to anyone, but it is killed from underneath. I believe that was. Yes, it was. Wilkie takes him out from underneath. Sisu have got the game plan in place, boys. They know he's going to be in that corner. They know there's going to be a trophy system waiting. So Wilkie, with his grenade cooked perfectly, downs him from the floor below with that grenade, and he's going to do the same to Lackey here.
Oh, if they got two the same way, oh man.
It was close. Lackey, lucky to be on that top of that reinforced trapdoor, and actually looks away just as Lackey steps back into that hole.
I can't believe Lackey repeat that.
Yeah.
I cannot believe
I don't
he
think
repeat
Wilkie
that.
can either, which is why he looked away.
Right, yeah, that's one of those, like, there's no reason to keep watching because you know he's not gonna, but he did.
Yep. And well, it's lucky this time over. Now, Boonsey is on the Blackbeard window. Looking in again, he sees Lackey get across the gap, but he can't quite react fast enough. Lackey survives without taking any damage again. That man is full cat today with 9 lives. Looking up through the hole again, Wilkie's trying to find him, but he's still just sitting on that trapdoor now for safety. Does look like a full A push here coming out, and the plant is already going down. Protex actually gets it out. This is like the bomb site. Oh dear.
All right.
Well, Lackey taken down as he tries to peek him from the office by Vapo. Pengu gets the first kill of the round, then for the defending Penta squad, and it's on Boonsey. The Blackbeard is gone. That's the man watching the cross taken out of the picture. Pengu's going to revive Lackey now inside that office, but if they try and move out again, Vapo's going to see them. He goes for one, but he gets taken out very quickly afterwards. Wilkie's taken down now too. Protex is inside the other site and is finished
Oh,
off.
gets him with total tunnel vision.
KTO's the last man. Pengu is already on the diffuser, and KTO doesn't know this. The shots coming in from every side, and retake is done. Penta, after what looked to be a kind of catastrophic start,
Yes, I was...
retake beautifully.
I thought Sisu had just totally outplayed them there, and Penta, the way that they crossed and moved, backwards legs, the way that they had that retake was absolutely planned already. They knew exactly where each single one of them was going to go, exactly where the defending team or attacking team would be ready defending the bomb site. I mean, that looked just like clockwork for them.
They knew exactly where to expect every member of Sisu
Right.
when they were defending their bombs. All right?
Exactly,
We know
like
they're going
they-
to play in here, they're going to plant in the doorway. We've reinforced this little corner, so that's the perfect spot for them to be. And how
Yeah.
do they defend that? There's going to have one here, there's going to be one here, there's going to be one here. And beautifully.
They even
They pre-fired each
gave
spot.
that second back wall that we've seen some teams reinforce so that you have to waste 2 thermites to get that line of sight. They gave it to them
Attackers need to locate
so that they
and
knew
defuse
damn
the
well
bomb
that
if
thermite
they
would
can.
be there. And when he came in, thermite was still fully tunnel visioned on the bomb. Did not expect in a million years anyone to just cross from the outside and run straight in through the thermite hole that they made.
So, very nice retake from Penta. All of the focus on the attack there from Sisu came straight at the A site. Everything came that way. Nothing went to the other side of the map. And as a result, that was complete free roam for a nice rotate from Penta to get through. And they got into CCTV and held it. Now, though, Sisu are on to hold for their own. They definitely have had some plans in the works for this map. We saw that from the first kill they picked up, the only kill they picked up, with that grenade through the floor, and then the second one in towards Lackey as well. But is that extended to their defense as well? Note how here they haven't done these reinforces on go yet, or at all. They are doing the ones here in the office with Vapo.
Attackers' objective
Broken the
is to
same
defuse the
trapdoor
bomb.
inside B, but not the one inside where Vapo's sitting. They are doing the same reinforces in by A, but they don't have a bandit defending. They are bringing Pulse into. Smolder, everyone's saying upset. Bouncy saying aggressively here forward in B.
And I feel like this is probably going to be Pulse's great map as time goes on, with just so many penetrable walls and so many places to rotate and jump outside and kill people. Pretty good map for Pulse.
Vapo lurking off in a far corner then. Will he be found or droned out? We'll have to wait and see. Right now, nothing's close. Wilkie is checking outside that thermite-able wall here. He's checking underneath himself as well in case anyone tries to come and grenade him. Does see 2 heartbeats outside. As the grenades and the flashbangs start going off close to him. There's the thermite going down, and that's the wall opened up. Drones are coming in. He sees just Tornado's heartbeat. Vapo, meanwhile, still has not been found, and he's just sitting in this spot. But Lackey is coming his way, and Lackey's the man with the diffuser. If this is a kill for Vapo, it could be huge, but luckily he is on the level below. He's going to rappel up to Vapo's right-hand side. He's going to end up right next to Pengu. They're checking in towards, in fact, inside with Rendia. Wilkie with the first kill, take Tornado Toby down by that reinforced wall that was blown open, but Lackey now going to start opening up from this side, and Sisu have not yet realized and needed to rotate the wall open, and look at the length of this vision now for Pengu.
Yeah, that's huge.
All the way down into the A site.
Not a good thing to give Blackbeard.
That is insane. But if they don't track Vapo properly, he's going to be able to take that man down.
Right.
And if he doesn't, that could be the difference between winning and losing this round. Lackey on the diffuser isn't ready to come in yet. Pengu has repositioned around. He's going to find Boonsy's feet. It does shut him down. They do even up the numbers now. Sai now going in through that hole. The plant is going down from Lackey. It's going to be on Vapo now to peek on out. KTO coming through the doorway is down instantly as he tries to vault. Rendia takes KTO out. Vapo comes in, takes down Sai now. Protects from the far end, trying to fire on. Will undoubtedly fail because lol Blackbeard. Vapo peeks out for him, but down goes Pro.
Oh,
gets the
gets
kill
it
the
anyway.
save. This could be big. Wilkie now looking for the next 2. The plant's going down. He's got the heartbeat. He's trying to pistol down onto Lackey, but it's just a little bit impenetrable. Vapo comes in, doesn't look far enough to the right-hand side. Will be shut down quickly. Rendia gets that kill. Lackey's there for it. The shot's on the right-hand side from Rendia too, and Lackey gets the final blow to give 2 rounds up for Penta.
And ultimately, I mean, look at the amount of angles that they had to take Pulse out at the end here. There's just no chance that auto shot he was going to get anywhere.
Penta showing their strength and training on this map. That is a
Yeah.
very well defended plant spot. Making a little bit of noise towards A, thinking Sifu knew what they were doing. It's all right, they're coming this way, we're ready for this, we're prepped for this, we're expecting it. Did in fact even get a kill of a man that was underneath there. They don't need that man. Rotate around to the other side, and that is a beautiful, beautiful spot and
Right.
deadly Blackbeard angle.
Yeah, I was worried to see. Clearly, that setup relied a lot on Blackbeard or somebody holding that huge long angle, and I was. Once Vapo picked up that unbelievable kill, I thought for sure with his timing he had no chance. Because Blackbeard had just finished reloading and happened to be looking that way, I thought he had no chance in the world, and still managed to get it just as he was going prone. I thought that might change the tide of it, but even still, Penta had so many great setup angles, there was no chance of recovery there.
So here is our choice for second bomb site Penta. Down in customs and the little stock room. A lot of people consider this suicide
10
because of
seconds
this bomb
remaining.
site here in A and planting in from
Attackers
this
have
window.
located a bomb.
Not, however,
5
always the
seconds
case.
remaining.
Just because it's hard to defuse a bomb that's in this spot, it also makes it very hard to
Attackers
plant a
have
bomb that's in
recovered their
this spot.
diffuser.
Right.
Attackers are heading out to defuse
So
a
let's
bomb.
see how Penta's used to defend it. They got a lot of reinforcements, but they're also very
Attackers
spread out.
bomb
Tornado,
diffuser has
Toby, and
been
Pingu are upstairs.
dropped.
Rendier is still
Attackers
running around the
recovered the
meeting
bomb
room with a couple of reinforces done. I do have a quick score update, by the way, for the Seek Org versus Flamers game. They're still on map number 1, and they are currently on 4-4. They're just heading into
Wow.
overtime for map number 1.
Wow.
So we talked about how that game, as far as these two teams are concerned, Flamers only need the one map. And hell, with the overtime scoreline, they might take it here in the first one. So we'll update you on that as soon as we get the results of that first map as it comes on in. Pengu's then still upstairs. He still has Tornado Toby with him. His heartbeat sensor over the other side of CCTV. Vapo is droning in and will just about find Pengu, especially if the drone gets shot.
Device placed.
Bomb located by attackers.
So like we said, if Flamers gets that first map, then this all rides down to this game completely for either of these teams. That would put both of them a chance to go final.
Rookie outside the window, shotguns it open. Does take half of his health in damage as Pengu tries to fire back, but he will ultimately be credited the kill. Rookie stays alive, so they do take down one rover, but are they aware of Tornado Toby? Unsi is spotted on his heartbeat sensor, but he's out of range of this shotgun that Pulse holds. He is edging around. Of course, got that perfect tracking now thanks to the new Pulse. Doesn't quite catch KTO and Protect. There we go, he catches KTO's heartbeat inside the CCTV room. Now he catches Protect, so he knows all three are here, which will be feeding this information to his team. The plant is going down. Bootsy's out there on the other side of smoke. C4 is going out. He's landing right next to
Just
Bootsy.
shy. Just shy.
Takes him down very low without killing him. The plant has gone down and Protect is staying inside the room. Actually aggressively goes forward. He's going to find Lackey heading around. Lackey was not expecting him to be there. And it's a nice kill. Rendier coming through as he's reloading, but Lackey is getting away with it. Sight now comes in this way and will get a good quick shot up to him. Boonsy's still outside the window though. He's looking for Rendier, who's coming right out aggressively. He's also got KTO here to protect him. Good shot as he tries to come back inside, and suddenly it's all on Sight now. He's looking for the man upstairs, pistol in hand. The pre-fire is there for Vapo to get around on the board for Sisu.
I think Sisu's starting to figure out what's going on here, a little bit.
Yeah, they got that map down a lot better. They definitely had a plan in place for that plant.
Yeah.
That was not a sporadic, let's go everywhere.
It's good to see that while, I mean, Penta is pulling out some crazy plays right now, it definitely seems Sisu expected this. They thought this was going to be the pick and clearly did also practice this map.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show not only just practicing the maps, which also takes a ton of time, but taking the time to study and learn the other teams that they're afraid of. You know, the amount of time that they've put in to know that Penta would probably pick this map, to give themselves their own confidence to pick Hereford and win on it for the first match, and then to know that Penta was going to bust out Border for the final match of the season. That's just a huge amount of dedication on their side.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So, Sisu finally on the board. Remember, if Penta win this map,
Barbed wire deployed.
Then they
then
win
they
the
stay
draw.
above Sisu in the standings, and it all comes
Attackers
down
have
to
located a
Seek
bomb.
Which is currently, as you said, 4-4 on the first map. So if they don't win that, if Flamers take that round, this all comes down to Sisu winning if they want to go to the finals. Because Penta's got it in the bag if they take this one.
10 seconds remaining.
No, Sisu are one map up.
Right, sorry, yeah, said it backwards. Hello.
5 seconds left before insertion.
So incredibly tight. We're of course getting updates on that other game as fast as humanly possible for you, but they're still playing their overtime rounds. We'll feed it your way. Wookie then upstairs for Sisu. They have gone for a different bomb site selection. Now, I don't feel this one is quite so easy to defend, this B bomb site, compared to the choice that Penta made. However, Sisu having just dismantled that attack, maybe you do feel it is easy to
Attackers
do.
recovered the
Protax and Bootsy staying inside the site. Upstairs, we've got KTO, Wilkie, and Vapo still roaming right off the far corner, same he was before. Penta's flashing in through this A window. He's got Capcan on one side, he's got KTO on the other. just putting down a couple of traps, waiting in case he comes in. Downstairs, Boonsey is looking through a small hole towards that B window. Protax is on the far side, looking for drones to come their way as well.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Vapo starting to move back towards
Attackers
the bomb
dropped
site,
the
so realize no
diffuser.
one's coming in from this end, and they have no real reason to. This map's biggest flaw, in my opinion, is the fact that it's got so many accessible windows on the outside of every bomb site.
Yeah, definitely.
Which means that attacking team don't have to go all the way through the other side of the map to get there. Meaning Vapo's position is a little bit irrelevant. Until he moves to here. Rendier and Lackey are right on the other side of this wall, waiting for a push onto Wilkie, because they know he's singled out. They want to kill him because he's right above the B bomb site. Vapo begins to start spraying through a couple of walls, and it does scare them into moving away. He has to now sprint to safety, and as he does so, Lackey reveals himself to Wilkie without backup, and Wilkie does get the first kill of the round for Sisu. No second man there as Rendier is chasing Vapo through the rest of the map. Vapo's got away to safety for now as Rendier is just trying to shoot over this doorway. Picks up the camera there too as Boonsey gets down onto Tornado Toby downstairs. That's the diffuser dropped inside as well. Boonsey and Protex repositioned around for that. K2 Mitari does get taken out by Pengu as he comes inside, but now Vapo's trying to finish him off, but he gets good backup from side to take out Vapo, and they are back to a 3v3. There is still a Wilkie on this floor, and he's got the C4 to go in the gap, but it's far enough away from both players, and all he does is help by taking out the barbed wire. Pengu very, very low, but he still has that shield. Sai in the doorway, and he's going to pre-fire, and Sai gets taken out by Protax from below. Pengu's still very, very low, but Wilkie's keeping them busy as he can. Leaps outside, he's going to go down towards the diffuser, take out a drone and get into the B window while he can. It's a good rotate away. Rendier is now on the floor below, looking towards the bottom of the stairwells, looking for where Wilkie may come. Sprays into the bomb site, directly on Boonsey, but it's just for the window, he wasn't aware. As Pengu is now above, looking for Protex down through this hole below, but Pengu is so incredibly low that a tiny shot to the foot will take him down. Rendier trying to push aggressively, and sees Protex in the back corner, gets tagged up, tags in a return himself. Pengu does tag him through the floor as well to help out. Sees the leg, and Protex does get crippled and down, but Rendier will be taken out by Wilkie, and now Pengu's the last man standing. 15 seconds on the clock, he's got to go through barbed wire. He doesn't have the diffuser, he's got to kill both. Wilkie's looking at the bottom of the stairs, and the pre-fire's there. Sisu 2-2, level out map number 2 here on Border.
I don't think we could have asked for a closer game here.
No, this is exactly what we could have hoped for.
Judging by the start of Penta and their plays and everything, I thought this was going to be a pretty swift 5-0, but all of a sudden Sisu's saying, hey guys, bad news, we kind of got this too. Just ready for every position that Penta was pushing that run.
Back up into the armory lockers and the archives location for Penta's defense. Sisu, do you try and do what you did first time and do it better once you planted? Or did you figure out Penta's attack well enough that you can actually use it against them? Because, to be honest, that felt like a far stronger after plant for me.
Yeah, for sure.
The positions were far more spread out, much better crossfires, it makes it much less, much less predictable for the retaking team. And as a result, it was a nice easy retake. A nice, easy hold for the planting team. We'll find out now as Penta, once again, in this same location.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion.
Any news on that Flamers game?
No, they're still
Not
playing
yet.
their first few overtime rounds.
Attackers recovered the
Under
diffuser.
instructions to
Attackers
provide
are
the
moving
scoreline
to
as
defuse the bomb.
soon as humanly possible. So we will get the scoreline of that match before this one is done. There's no way they can play 3 rounds
Yeah.
slower than
No.
we have to play what would also be 3 rounds even if we ended it
Right.
now.
Not with two
Don't think
teams
this
this
game
close
is gonna
together,
be
yeah.
A whitewash from here on out.
No, for
So,
sure.
4 players still on the floor above from Penta. Rendier downstairs in the toilet, which is an interesting lurk spot because it has absolutely no escape routes if he gets found. He can't even C4 himself out into the room next door. So we'll see if he gets droned. Wilkie is coming in on that floor. Now Rendier is thinking about repositioning. Let's follow on board with him because he's running straight at Wilkie, and Wilkie takes his gun down, runs around to the corner. They do hear each other. Now the spray is there from Rendier. Wilkie sprays the other way. Both of them just hiding away, and Rendier gets up the stairs to safety. Pre-fires the doorway in case someone was coming in to try and find him that way, and is now at the top of this stairwell, safe and alive, but with a little bit of fear in his heart because that position is not exactly easy to hold. Inside the CCTV room itself, Sai is watching for some man to come that way. Vapo did drone in there and knows exactly where he is right now. Ducks away down Protex's drone didn't spot him. He'll shoot the next one though, but he doesn't realize Wilkie's so close enough that he'd have heard that shot. Protex goes back on his drone now. Sai is still in this room. He's outside on the windows, found nothing. We've got a minute 30 on the clock, and right now nothing has really been done in the way of progress. Till now, Vapo picking up the first kill of the round onto Pengu. Pengu was a big deal with the retake last time, and Vapo is now helping. This is what they failed on last time over. Outside goes Valkyrie. It's Lackey taken down as Wilkie gets taken out by Sai below as well. The repel animation meaning Blackbeard couldn't shoot on that Valkyrie that was jumping out.
Right.
Giving the advantage back to the attacking team, and Lackey comes on straight in. Keiichi Mistari now on the bus. Protex has been taken out in CCTV, and while it felt like nothing was happening for so long, Penta were gathering information, figuring out where everyone of Sisu were, and then their go button hit, and they went, all right, you're going to take long, we know where you are, and we are going to run at you. And
you gonna be dead.
Didn't know where Keitio was, though, and he will kill Sai. Yes, he turns away from the last minute as Lackey comes into his crosshairs. Lackey kills him easy up. Penta successfully hold this bomb site once more and do take the lead again.
You know his problem there was he picked up the first kill, but his Brave was at like a 6, and he went to try to run outside and run away.
Yeah.
He needed his Brave at a 10.
Needed a 10.
He needed more headshots. Yeah.
Armory and lockers once more then from Sisu. They had a slightly better idea with their attack this time. They didn't blow into A as quickly though.
Right.
Didn't do those underfloor plots either, and well, yes, they had that good play around the backside from Vapo, and he was killing off the lurkers and killing off the rotators. They didn't need to rotate because they weren't actually pushing A. So they were able to just jam themselves in the middle and split them in two.
That's right. Like you said, just very reserved defense play, kind of let Sisu feel like they were gaining a lot of map control, let them feel like they were really locking it down, and then just
Attackers need to locate
said,
and
we know where every single one of you are, and you're all dead now.
Oh, crouching target.
Yeah.
So, Sisu onto here again. Last time they got cut apart by this spot here.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
And through to the A site. It's a long corridor of vision which a Blackbeard can sit on and laugh at all day. This time around. Won't happen again. Vapo did have a good lurk spot here at the top of the stairs, which was able to stab that Blackbeard in the side, but by that point he'd already killed two important teammates and it was too little too late.
Which is surprising that he was able to hold that lurk spot unknown to them, because even at a casual level, that's a super popular spot for somebody to hold on
If you're
defense.
going to put anyone in this entire corridor out here, check a drone, just stick a drone in this corridor.
Right.
Just check it.
It's because you have access to the first and second floor. It's secluded. Your back is relatively safe. There is another door there, but it's just not used very often on this bomb site. And even at the most casual level, I see players just like, well, this seems like a good place for me to stand. I don't know the map. So it's surprising they let it happen.
We have an update.
Oh boy.
First map finishes 6 rounds to 4 in favor of Seacor.
Okay. All right, so we still don't know.
Still don't know.
Seacork's still in the running fight for this as well.
Seacor still have a chance to get themselves to the finals. Lackey sprinting inside it. They've already blown the wall open. He's now down and in the smoke. Tornado Topi is rushing on in. Wilkie taken out. Renty with the Capcan trap. Sai gets the plant down, but then is finished off by the C4. The diffuser is successfully down. Bonesy's been down at Tornado Topi now trying to come up to the planter with a shield in hand. Flashes out and he's going to take Wilkie down very, very quickly, and Vapo is now the last man standing. He was so far away because of his roam. He's now trying to come back in. Tornado Topi's there and he will get shut out. Penta on map point. 4 rounds to 2 with a very quick round, bridging in and running straight at it. They know exactly where Sisu are going to come from. They know exactly what angles they need to push. They didn't quite take a turn to stop and look for the Capcan trap, but they didn't need that one man in the end of it. And now all they need is one more round. They played a couple of slow rounds. They played a couple at Sisu's pace, and they lost those rounds, which made it 2-2.
Right.
Now they've gone back to, guys, we know this map. We know this map better than them. Let's abuse that fact. Don't let them learn it on the round-by-round basis. Let's just run straight at them, being very fast. And now 2 rounds in a row, that works out.
Yeah, absolutely. Just... I didn't think I'd be excited to watch a border game, to be completely honest. I was really like kind of let down that we weren't going to get Chalet. I thought Chalet would be just a awesome map to watch these two teams. But
Just switching up their second defense location again.
Yeah.
They did not win this last one here in Customs and Stock, so it makes a little bit of sense to switch it. But at the same time, like as we mentioned, they've done old practice here. They clearly know the map very well. The fact that they lose faith in that bomb site so fast after one successful defeat there.
Maybe they're just trying to show off the full superior map knowledge. They've got all the bomb sites locked down. They're prepared to play all of them. I don't know. We'll find out.
To go.
We'll see.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Penta looking to hold off.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Camera activated.
As the attacks come on in. We do get a quick aggressive peek from Pengu, and he takes out Boonsey to start the round. That's Blackbeard gone right here at the front. Peeking out from the front edge. Vapo now looking to spray in through the door as Pengu's pulling it open. He was looking for that aggressive peek again, and he backfires this time. So that early kill onto Blackbeard is negated as Vapo takes Pengu down. Loads of grenades having to go in to take out these barbed wires now. KTO Mistari takes Tornado down too, so we do start getting the advantage back into Sisu's favor now. Cautiously and slowly looking to make their way in. Droning all over KTO as Vapo slowly edging forward, but side peeks straight out into him as he was not aware of the camera as soon as he comes through the gap, making it 3-3 again. He's looking to go aggressively outside, now sees KTO at a distance, tags in but then backs up into safety. He only hit the foot, and at that range with MP7 it's not going to do serious damage. Protect's outside on the other side of the wall. KTO's just gone into his drone as Penta. Sai was just eating around the corner. KTO sees him just as he runs back in. Now KTO's ready for him, peeks out and he sprints on in. There was a close second there where Sai got a lot of more bullets off than I think he should have, but KTO gets the kill without taking too much damage anyway. India now up top with only Lackey left to help him. He's on the trapdoor above the entrance in, and well, Sisu are rotating all the way around now towards B. Lackey's got a very tight angle towards one of these doors, but they can get into the B window without being looked at all. Rendier is a long way away here. He's expecting to push him from this angle. Now he has to drop down and try and rotate through. Lackey holding a small ass angle in towards the doorway, but nothing is there. Nothing is there looking towards the B site. Rendier is now looking to reposition around to get on in. There we go. Shotgun's coming in, but Protex is already in the window. He's going to use up all his shots and not get a single landed. Protex is going to successfully plant behind this spot. The shots are rattling through. The plant is going to continue. Does go down. So much smoke. Protex is back out the window. Lackey is now at a distance. He's going to look to peek out from this far side. Wilkie though won't be on show. Protex won't be on show, and Lackey is now miles away with no help. Wilkie fighting with the Deagle of Rendier. He just runs away. It's safety. He doesn't need to. Taking down his pushes outside, does revive himself because he's docked, but Wilkie will finish him off with ease. Now rushing towards the diffuser as Lackey gets Protax, looks out towards the next one, but KTO is there, easily shuts him down, and it is go 4 rounds to 3. Sisu are still alive, keeping this game going.
Sticking it in. Phrasing, didn't mean that, sorry. But they're sticking around. They're not done yet. And I mean, this, like, Penta choked last map, gave them 2 rounds in a row, and that ultimately ended up giving them the whole map. So maybe we're looking at another overtime.
Back onto attack. Sisu on defense of the ventilation room in the workshop themselves. They did successfully hold this last time they did it. And they just successfully attacked it as well. Can they do it all over again?
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Bomb pack here. Deploying barbed wire. Stop worrying about grenades now. Ready for coming.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Oh, ooh, that's not a good start.
No, it is not. Not at all.
Yeah, you're down to 75% health after being shot in the back by Protax, and that's your luck player. Vapo being low on health is not a good standing to for your defense.
10 seconds
Although,
to insertion.
he has been staying alive a hell of a lot
Bomb
longer
located
than
by attackers.
normally predicted for a
5
lurker,
seconds left.
because they haven't done a great job finding him, really.
Yep.
We'll
But
see if
it's
that is the same case
Attackers
now.
recovered
He's
the
upstairs with
diffuser.
Will.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
And KT Mustari is coming into a frost trap under this window. This is where Wilkie and Bappo played before. And
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Penta did put a lot of work into trying to flush them out, but Wilkie stayed alive for a long time. And
Attackers
did
recovered the bomb.
down Pengu. Sai has already been down now outside as they do get an aggressive spawn peek as well. From somewhere. Sai was down miles away from any bad guys. So we do start seeing the shots rattling in from Protect downstairs. He's looking through these tight angles and has to run away. Bootsy now looking in as Pengu is already inside the B site and probed. He's inside and Bootsy, please open your eyes and see that man tucked in the corner of B.
So visible, yet
Flashbang
so
queuing off.
hard to see.
Wookie is upstairs and has to move out. Cracking the windows open. The plant is already coming down in that corner. Rendier is there. Bootsy can see his legs now. Coming out the window, he's going to get down. And they do have a Jaeger dropping right on his head. Jaeger, now he sees him in there. Pengu's inside and on the right-hand side. He's not expecting that, and he does get killed for it. Protex has been down inside the B site. KTO has taken out Lackey, though. Pengu in the back corner gets downed as he doesn't have cover for his body. Wilkie getting the kill onto Pengu from above and then gets Tornado Toby with a Capcan trap. Now Sai's got to find 4 people and it might be going to overtime. All of them are alive as Protex gets revived. Sai is looking for Wilkie above, Protex and Bootsy below, and then one remaining lurker off in the distance of KTO Mustari. Protex tucked in the back corner looking towards the doorway and it is an easy kill and we do have overtime. Protex getting that final round, keeping Sisu alive. We go 2 wins for Penta, we go 2 wins for Sisu, we go 2 wins for Penta and we're back to 2 wins for Sisu. And now in overtime, all it's going to take is 2 wins.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Penta, it seems that while they had some great ideas and great positioning for this map, it seems Sisu is just learning it and adapting to it very quickly. And Penta does not know how to react again.
Armory and lockers, Penta go upstairs again.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Back here!
So, they set it up.
Bomb located by attackers.
Located the tank.
Setups are going in place again. Last time around, Sisu took a long time trying to attack this, and as a result, Penta just took matters into their own hands and ran straight at them, tearing Sisu apart. Sisu knew where to find the defenders. They were not knowing where people were going to come running them from.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb. Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Now they're ready. Sai is looking out towards the spawn again. Pengu is looking out towards the spawn. Sai sees KTO, misses the initial shots. Pengu looking up top towards Bootsy, and Bootsy's ready for him this time. Bootsy looking at the main door he was killed from before. Does he know about this window as well? Pengu, the longer he stays here, the riskier it gets. Look at it from Bootsy's perspective. He's rattling shots off the doorway. Goes into hide. He's not ready for the window yet. Steps out a bit further. Now behind the bus. He cannot see Pengu at all. Gets behind the bus completely. Pengu is going to just about miss his head, rattling down the edge. Thinks he could have seen him. Bootsy's got through to safety. Now he's going to leap outside and look for him down on the edge. Bootsy's hidden behind the smoke. Bootsy's going to get detected on Pengu. Can't land the shots in time. Pengu gets back into safety. Checks the cameras behind him. Checks everywhere around him. Is he going to do the same thing again?
Don't.
Does he think he's safe enough to do it again?
Pengu, don't be a fool.
Pengu, you are a fool.
Pengu, not like this. Pengu, not like this.
He's got that lucky rabbit stood on. He's going to do it. Looks the wrong way. Knocks it back in. Still teasing with the idea. Bootsy now is repelled up in a long distance away. Pengu not actually near anyone with that spot anymore. Bappo is once again looking here for the rotates. Protex is blowing open the wall for their plant. Bootsy is covering the doorway for him. Wilkie gets the first kill of the round. It's on to Lackey out here on the far side. On the A site. As he tries to leap outside again. Lackey, that's twice he did that because last time he got Bootsy with the kill. He thought he could do it again, but that's not where Bootsy's hiding anymore. Protects drone inside the little small office. Does see that man in there. Now he's looking to head outside again. They have blown the wall on open. Pengu does take Wookie down now, so it is a trade. Pengu's down to half health because of it. Sai getting out Boonsey, so he comes out the other angle, takes down the Blackbeard. Diffuser inside CCTV. Vapo's looking to get Tornado Toby as he's trying to come around from the far angle, and Pengu's there too. KTO Mistari takes Sai down outside as he tries to peek on again. KTO didn't take any damage for his trouble. Rendier no longer in the small office. They're going to come in. It's not reinforced in the far corner. The grenade is there. Rendier taking Vapo down when he had that grenade in his hand. Means the plant's going to go through. KTO is now looking from behind. The plant is going through. Rendier is not going to push it. Protect will stay alive for a little bit longer.
Attackers activating diffuser.
40 seconds on the clock. Downstairs is Pengu. Protect is inside CCTV now. It's on the attacking defending team to retake. Rendier looking towards the reinforced wall, is looking at the open holes. Protect peeks out and gets a couple of tags, but nothing serious. KT's now on the other side. The defuse is being started. Protect's getting tagged through the wall, but he does kill Tornado, but Rendier will take him back in his other way. KT now at half health is looking to try and take one. Gets inside CCTV. Where is Pengu during all this? He's still miles away out in spawn. KTO knows all he's going to do is kill the man on the diffuser, but he doesn't know he's defusing. He's going to reload, stands up, gets Rendier down. Pengu has no time to come back and defuse this. Even if he kills KTO now, this is going to go to Sisu, and they will take the lead here in overtime. Split second left on Rendier's defuse there.
Like just had to get the butt of the rifle to tap it. That was all that was left. Just the animation was done, essentially.
Yeah, KTO's reload was so close to meaning he'd run out of time. But he gets it done. Pengu was at such a distance that the detection was plenty, and KTO knows that all he has to do is go inside CCTV and he would have been safe for days. And God, Rendier must have been millimeters away from pulling that off.
Yeah, wow.
Remember, if Sisu win this round, they go to playoffs in second place.
Yep.
If Penta win overtime, so win 2 more rounds here, then it comes down to the Seacorg Flamers result. They are currently playing their map number 2. We are trying to figure out a way that we can show you that game if it is required. And we will update you as soon as we know more.
Right, so the goal would be, of course, if Penta wins this, that would put them automatically with their win-loss above Sisu on the tie, which would put them in second, which means hopefully we could watch the second map of this Flamers Seacorg game, because that would come down to whether or not Penta goes second or not.
So, Sisu have a little bit of a buffer, and now they're upstairs defending again. Remember, last time they defended this site, they got rushed down by Penta and picked apart very, very
absolutely
quickly.
Decimated.
Using
very
that Blitz
fast.
shield, which they do have again. They've also got a Glaz in the mix now too. This is a very interesting roster here from Penta. No Blackbeard on Pengu. Let's see if they can be
Attackers recovered
fast
the
and
bomb
effective.
diffuser. Attackers
This
are
time
moving
running
out
the
to locate a
Glaz,
bomb
and they are all coming from the same spawn. Tornado Toby once more on that shield. And in and up they go. Pengu going up to the same window you normally put a Blackbeard on, but this time he's using the Glaz. Upside the rest of the wall goes Lackey, Sai, Tornado Toby. Inside the CCTV room is Vapo. The wall is already being breached now, and he's going to start spraying in that right spot. It's going to be Lackey. He downs him, but can't finish him off, and he does run away. Vapo is safe. The wall is open. They've downed one more. Wilkie gets Sai on a trap again in the same doorway that he did it before.
Oh my God, Sai, why
Vector
though?
are falling apart. Rendier has taken out Vapo. The diffuser is now in Tornado Toby's hands. He knows there's one in the back of the room, but the smoke grenades are locking him out. So little health on both Lackey and Rendier. There's still 2 minutes so they can slow down and think about it. But it is an awful, awful start to this round for Penta. There goes Lackey. Bunsi with another good kill. That's the smoke in the back corner, taking him out. Rendier and Tornado, the last 2 standing. They're the final hopes for Penta. Bunsi still in that back corner, will be the last line of defense. The C4 goes out. It goes off and doesn't touch anyone. Tornado Toby's outside the door. He's right around the corner. He's going to get tagged in the arms. He's going to go low. Rendier also still in the corridor. No time for the reload. He switches up. Toby tags Bunsi, but it's not much damage. Sees Rendier, and that's a good kill for Bunsi. It's all on Tornado Toby. He's got to kill 4 people with Blitz in his hand, or this is Sisu going to the finals. He takes down Bunsi. KTO's close with the shotgun in hand. He falls back to play the safe game. He's in the small office. Protect's flanking around to CCTV. Underneath him, he's still got Wilkie. KTO steps out. Shotgun rattles off the shield. KTO comes around again, and it takes him very, very low. Here comes the flank from Brotax, and it is an easy kill. And Sisu are coming to the UK. They will be representing Europe in our second place finalists with Jungtis.
Wow. Wow. Penta just coming out so strong on this map, by far the best performance we have seen in this map to start, and Sisu just totally adapted everything they were going to do, totally outthanked them, totally outplayed them. What a comeback. 3 rounds in a row to bring it from match point to overtime to the win, and just stopping Penta dead in their tracks.